What is up, my friends? How are we? And this is a very strange occasion. A watch-along that doesn't feature the Reds here on Anfield Agenda. But we could win the league title tonight. And as we promised, we wanted to be live just on the off chance. The teams are out. I'll go through them for you momentarily. I guess the big news from the Arsenal perspective is Saka doesn't start the game, but they've still gone quite strong. And Crystal Palace, they've made some changes as well, but still a strong enough team. So we're going to go through tonight, ladies and gents. And, well, we're going to see if we win the league or if we have to sit through 2 hours and a bit of boredom and heartache. But either way, we should get it done at the weekend. So all good in that regard. Welcome into the stream, everybody, and thank you for being with us as always. Appreciate your thoughts. Right, how are we, Michael? Welcome in, Dave. Always lovely to see you in the house. Colin Brooks, let's say hi to you as well. Craig, can you get Jamie Webster at the club on the 25th? I wish I could, man. I wish I could. Yeah, if only. You know, I've been lucky enough to meet Jamie actually before, and very nice fella. Did a couple of videos with him as well. Hell of a voice on him. You know, you might even say he's up to my standards of singing, you know. Some might say I'm exaggerating his talents a little bit, but I always try to be fair. So look, folks, I hope you're all well. This is a really strange one for me tonight, you know, to come on and do a watch-on of a game on Anfield Agenda. This in Liverpool, but we'll go through it nonetheless, my friends. We will go through it nonetheless. Right, Jordan, our first membership comment of the day. How are you, sir? Said, for the first time in my life, almost want an Arsenal win. Nonetheless, evening, I hope we'll have a good one. It's a weird one, Jordan, isn't it? And I don't think you're on your own at all. I think Chris Bascom wrote a piece saying something similar. Everyone wants it to be one on Sunday. You know, I wanted to be one on Sunday. You guys, I'm sure, wanted to be one on Sunday. But I wouldn't forgive myself if I wasn't live just on the off chance. So we'll talk through a load of different bits and pieces over the time, as well as, of course, keeping an eye on what's going on in the game. Aaron, how are you, bro? Said, call me crazy, but I'd rather have Arsenal win. Be more satisfying to win at Anfield in front of the Kop. I don't think at all, mate, that's a strange statement. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I probably want Arsenal to win tonight as well, because I want Liverpool to do it in front of a packed Anfield on Sunday. So yeah, I definitely think this is not something out of the ordinary, my man. I think, not even secretly, I think we all hope tonight that Arsenal get a result that moves this along to the weekend. And look, a draw would be lovely, knowing we only need a draw then at the weekend. But either way, it's a matter of when and not if. Let's have a quick look, though, at the two teams for this one. Start off with the home side. It's Henderson in goal, then a back three of Lerma, Lacroix and Marquet. Then it's Daniel Munoz, Adam Wharton. Who's this one? Kamada, Tyreek Mitchell, Justin Devaney, Eberici Eze, and Eddie Nketiah, going back to his former club. For Arsenal, it is David Raya, Urian Timber, William Saliba, Kirior in the back four, as well as Miles Lewis-Skelly. In midfield, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice. Up top, Raheem Sterling, Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli. So that is the Arsenal starting 11 and the Palace starting 11. They're both on the screen there for you guys as well. So yeah, what are we thinking? I mean, feel free to lash in some score predictions if you want into the chat. I think it's going to be a handy Arsenal win, to be honest with you. I can't see anything other than a handy Arsenal win. Just want to highlight this one real quick as well, just in case you do want to come and see us at either of our two shows, which are coming up. And the good news is my full-size Premier League trophy is on the way, and it should be here soon, meaning we should have it in plenty of time for the two live shows. If you do want to come and see us, I was going to say at Anfield, God, chance would be a fine thing. If you want to come and see us at the Hot Water Comedy Club, Blackstock Market in Liverpool, May 25th, last day of the season, or May 28th for our end of season party, you can get your tickets to the shows with the link that is in the description on the screen. And of course, we hope to see you there. Mark said, evening, Stella in the fridge just in case. I like your thinking, mate. I like your thinking. Just in case, you know. But we don't want to, do we? We don't want to open it tonight. It's a weird situation, this. Because the title race hasn't really been a title race. So in years gone by, you're hoping we get over the line. But it's nice that we've so much breathing room that, you know, we wouldn't mind if it went on to Sunday, would we? So look, I guess I want to really talk for a few minutes, if I can, about the situation with not Kirkes, well, Huijsen, because lots of reports today around it. And another reason I wanted to come on and do a live was any questions that you guys have around the Huijsen situation, particularly with the information that I have, feel free to ask me about it. there's no denying Chelsea are going to be in the race. We know that. They've got a good relationship with his agent, but there are some parts that I want to just make really clear to people about this. So one of the things that we as Liverpool fans have been told about, and do you know what, to be fair to this, I've been told this by people that are not related to Liverpool in any way, but we do know that Richard Hughes has a very, very good relationship with agents. We know that Michael Edwards as well does great work. And it was pointed out that this was the same agent that represented Caicedo in his move where he chose Chelsea over Liverpool. I should point out that to the best of my recollection, Edwards and Hughes, well, certainly Hughes, wasn't at the club when we had that Caicedo stuff. I don't think that happens if Edwards or Hughes are at the club, particularly Edwards. So for me, I wouldn't say give up on it because I think it's absolute nonsense to say it's a done deal. Chelsea will brief the media, will be upfront, will be... they're like the Real Madrid of English football, put it that way. They will brief the media a lot, and they'll try to make it look like others shouldn't even bother their arse trying. Truth of the matter is, the kid wants Champions League football as well. As of right now, Chelsea can't say they can offer him that, but Liverpool and Arsenal can. My indications, my understanding is that it is one of those two sides that he would prefer a move to. I can't speak to the Real Madrid stuff, but again, I can speak to the fact it doesn't look like they have 50 million quid. And also, people are quick to point out that the agent was the one that brought Huijsen from Roma over to Bournemouth. But don't forget who else was involved in that. A certain Mr. Richard Hughes, who is now at Liverpool. So again, the Chelsea side of this will put out what they want people to read and see. But I am far from saying we're defeated on this one. Not one bit. I still think we are in with a really, really good chance. And I believe the player would choose Liverpool or Arsenal over a move to Chelsea. And even just from a footballing perspective, it makes sense because they're better projects. Let's be honest about it. Right, a couple of things that I wanted to get through. Aaron, how are you, my man? Where was your super chat gone, Aaron? Let me get this one open for you. Right, so Aaron said, no, we've done that one already. It was this one. It was Liz I wanted to get up. Sorry, it's a good day for a good day. Love you, my friend. Love to you as well, Liz, and the family. Appreciate you being in as always. And yeah, it is a good day for a good day. There's always a good day for a good day, Liz. I like it. I like the thought process. Well said, Craig. Thank you. Do you know what? Reading today, you'd swear there's no point in any other club ever trying to do any business. I've read a list today of players that apparently Chelsea are in for, and my God... Like, one, where are they getting all this money from, realistically? Two, when are they going to be held to account for the ridiculous amount of spending they've had? So, I don't have the list to hand, or maybe I do, 1 second. I'm not sure if I do or don't have the list to hand, but this list of names that have been credited with links to Chelsea, like, it's really just nuts. So, again, don't be giving up on it. Don't be seeing just because journalists are writing that Chelsea are ahead, blah, 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 blah. They're writing what they're told. Now, again... The one person here that I would say I always have respect for is Miguel Delaney and his writings around it as well. So, Miguel is a very, very good journalist. But for me, I'm very confident that if Liverpool make a big play, the problem we may have is if we dick about. So if we have to wait to see what happens with Canade as an example, that could cause us problems. And I don't think we should be waiting. Because remember, we never replaced Joel Matip. So either way, in my eyes, and I think in many Liverpool fans' eyes, we're probably a central defender short anyway. So, again, the window will open up at the 1st of June. We'll see what happens then. In between now and then, there is going to be a whole load of stories saying one thing and another thing. I'll always do my best to be honest and keep you as informed as I can on it. But if you have any questions, always feel free to throw them at me. This is a really good comment from Matthew. He said, I've always noticed that nobody ever reports Liverpool are leading candidates to sign a player. It's always Manchester or London clubs. Exactly. Because Liverpool don't do their talking to the press. Simple as that. There are things about Liverpool that annoy me and wind me up, usually around money. But in this type of situation, Liverpool just go about their business behind the scenes and don't go briefing journalists. So let's wait and see what happens. Unnamed journalist the other day was only saying similar to me that Liverpool are very much in the mix there for Dean Huijsen, as we should be. And let's see what happens with Canade. So I don't think there's any breakthrough in the Canade negotiations as things stand. So I don't know what to expect there. But either way, Kirkes and Huijsen could very well happen. We'll have a lot more on this in tonight's late night video, by the way, so I just wanted to give you a quick briefing. Carl said he wants a draw tonight, and I hope you're enjoying. Oh, you're not on the holiday yet, Carl, are you? Sorry, it was the Spurs game. You were going away that day to the Dominican Republic, but yeah, I wouldn't mind a draw either. You know, there isn't really a result tonight that's going to make me sad one way or the other. It's just a matter of, well, do we do it tonight and celebrate, or do we wait till Sunday and celebrate? And I think most of us probably prefer to wait till Sunday. No way are Chelsea getting Huijsen. He's ours, said Mary Nelson. There we go. We love that fighting spirit, Mary. Look, genuinely, hand on heart, Liverpool and Arsenal are far better projects for a player like Huijsen. Far steadier, far further along in development, and far further along with their managers in regards to Arsenal. With Liverpool, well, you can come and play for a team that are just about to win the league. You can come and play alongside the best centre-back to do it in this era. You know, both those clubs, us and Arsenal, have a genuine allure about us right now. Chelsea, if you go to Chelsea at this point, you're going for the 6, 7, 8 year contracts, and you're going because your agent's getting a load of dough off Todd Bowley or Todd Bowley's mate. It's as simple as that. It's a money move, because nobody can sit here and say it's a better project. They're currently in the Europa Conference League, and when they win that, which of course they will, they could well end up in the Europa League. So it should be a fairly straightforward decision. But what I can say is how quickly Liverpool will look to move on the likes of a Huijsen. That's out of my hands. John and Tom Werner out said, unnamed journalist reposted his tweet from yesterday about us wanting to trigger his release clause today. Maybe he got a scoop on Huijsen. Well, look, I'm going to say his name on this one, because I don't think he's going to give out to me for mentioning his name in this regard. But yes, David Lynch did do a piece around Huijsen Liverpool being willing to trigger. And as much as we've fallen out, my understanding is similar. That, yes, Liverpool would be willing to trigger that. And my understanding, again, David may, I don't know actually where David's source on this one is. Could be our club. Mine isn't at the club. Mine is a different source altogether around, well, let's say closer to the player side. So for me, I'm confident if Liverpool make the play, he'll make the right decision. But again, good to see journalists, again, not backing down on this, because remember, we are Liverpool Football Club. You know, let's not let the narrative be seized again by everybody else. But we also do have to hold account to the work Edwards and Hughes are going to do this summer. So let's wait and see. Carl said, Wi-Fi on the plane, so I'll listen to you on the plane. Oh, hello. Oh, look at Carl dropping that Wi-Fi plane money, huh? Nice. Nice, Carl. Oh, do you know what arrived today? So you know on my table I've got my mini little Prem trophy for my work table. Well, I decided it needed a matching partner today, so got me a mini little Champions League trophy for my work desk as well now. So now I have the Prem trophy and the Champions League trophy nice and square beside each other. And also the 10 mini trophies we're giving away at our live shows, well, they arrived today as well, so I'll be bringing them to Liverpool with us. So exciting, isn't it? No, we're nearly there. 9-hour flight. I can't miss the game. Have to see it somehow. I get you, Carl. I get you. I can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it. It's going to be, well, one hell of a day, isn't it? Need some little red ribbons for the Champions League trophy. I don't want them. I don't want ribbons on the Champions League trophy. I think the Champions League trophy looks better without any ribbons on it. I like it just as she is. Now, actually, ironically, I have a half-sized proper replica of the Champions League trophy, as you know, as well. And I'm going to upgrade. I'm waiting to see what this one arrives like, the Prem one, and I might get a full-size Champions League one to go with it. And hopefully then we go in another one and I can bring it for a show. So remember, if you are coming along to either of our shows, end of the season, we are bringing that Prem trophy, the big one, with us. So you'll be able to hopefully get a little photo with it and practice your trophy lift, because we're going to be giving out some prizes for the best trophy lift on the night. It won't be me, unless you want to see a truffle shuffle trophy lift Although you never know, maybe I might crip walk my way onto the stage with the trophy. Stranger things have happened. Adam said, sorry if you've already spoken about this. Don't ever apologise, my man. Especially if you're spending a super chat, dude. You've nothing to apologise for, and I haven't spoken about it anyway. I don't know if you've already spoken about this, but did you see all the empty seats at the Etihad last night? Just shows how tin pot they are. I did, and I did see somebody sent me a video that somebody took from inside the Etihad as well, where you could see banks and banks of empty seats. This is what makes me laugh about that club. They're talking about extending it. They are the most fair weather fans you're going to see. They're so spoiled with success that it couldn't be bothered going to a game against Villa last night. An important game for them in the pursuit of Champions League football. You can see how much it meant to Pep Guardiola afterwards as well. And I don't think any of us would be exaggerating to say that 15 to 20% of that stadium was empty, which is shocking. Absolutely shocking. Neil said, any news on Frimpong? I've got nothing anyway. I've got nothing on that. So, I'm not going to be that guy to tell you on that one, but fingers crossed. Be an exciting option. Do you know what, though? I guess I wanted to ask, have people seen the Adidas post? So, Mohamed Salah and Trent took a selfie. Both of them all smiles, looking happy. And Adidas posted googly eyes. Just that, underneath it. I hope everyone's not shithousing us, by the way, because, look, they are both Adidas athletes, so there is that to it. Real Madrid, they're also made by Adidas, but I don't know, lads. This would be some trolling if that's what we're getting, Googly eye emojis and then I'm off. That it would be weird, wouldn't it? I'm sure you've probably seen the post on social media I'm on about. Mike said, I think it's because they're both Adidas athletes. They are, absolutely. But the googly eyes then doesn't make sense, in my opinion. The googly eyes is if something's close, breaking, I know something you don't know, that kind of way. Like, you just put up fire emojis and something like our boys or something like that if, you're Adidas. Ryan, I 100% agree with you on that. It's just making it worse for Trent if he leaves. Look, at this point, between the tapping the badge and all, if Trent stays, brilliant. We all celebrate. If he leaves, it's going to feel like we've been kicked in the nuts again. But, as of yet, no announcement. Although, Fabrizio Romano has given an earth-shattering update that I'm sure, will change your lives forever. No changes in Trent to Madrid, still in final stages. It's been in final stages since I've been 7. It's like the final stages of the Ibrahima Konate contract that was just about to be signed. I'm starting to really get the hump with Romano. Just piss off, honestly. Like, go away, you annoying twat. Stop. Like, I hate him. Genuinely, I do. I despise the man. I don't understand his role in football whatsoever. And like I've always said, I feel like he likes winding up Liverpool fans. I'll live and die by that, I swear to God. TOT's Rocky said, love you, Craig. Thank you, my man. We're going to win the league. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are, my friend. Oh, there was another one I missed here. 1 second. Adam said that I've got more Champions League trophies than Arsenal. Yep, confirmed. I've seen another really interesting post today that showed that Liverpool's points tally this season of 79, if my memory's right, is already more than Manchester United's and Everton's combined this season. So, just showing you, again, how poor a season they're having and how great a season the Reds are having. TOTT2KZY said, cannot wait, Craig. My Where's the Money John top and hoodie are on the way. Anybody who wants to buy merch, please visit the Anfield Agenda shop. Look at you doing all the work for me, my man. Welcome. Hope it's nice. Hope you enjoy it when it comes. I'm going to do an Anfield Agenda logo one, I think, next, because I want to buy that for myself, because I really love the way the logo is fainted in behind it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope it's good. Eli said, I don't even want to talk about Trent. He thinks he's staying silent. He's allowing us to focus on the title, but by being silent, he's taking up more oxygen. The only way that he gets out of this without a headache is if he goes, ta-da, I'm staying. Because that's the only way. If he doesn't after that, God almighty, I think a lot of people will be frustrated. Andy, how are you, bro? So thank you for all your hard work, Craig. We're here to support you. Keep up the amazing work that you do. Appreciate you, Andy. On and offline, mate. Do appreciate you. And yeah, we've been working with YouTube. We've been in conversations. Connor was on a phone call today as well. We're getting to the bottom of this whole thing, and you know, it at least is some ways comforting to know that we're not the only YouTubers who are dealing with a particular set of people that have released a particular set of bots and tools that allow YouTubers and other online people to be lied about, harassed, slated. We're getting to the bottom of it. Now, when I say we're getting to the bottom of it, I mean I'm literally getting to the bottom of exactly who's the culprit for this. We know who created the bots and all. That's already boxed off, but we'll get there. But I appreciate your support, my man. Got sick of Romano wailing over the Pope dying. Jesus. Look, no problem with people feeling sad or speaking about the Pope's passing. It's a major world event, absolutely, but I don't know. Look, I don't follow him, so I don't really see Romano stuff. I only get sent any bits from my team that are relevant to Liverpool, so I don't see. I'm not on social media, but look, I'm not going to disrespect anybody over the Pope's passing. It's a big event in the world now. You know, I was christened the Catholic. I wouldn't call myself a practicing Catholic because, quite honestly, I'm more of an atheist. I don't really believe in an afterlife or God or anything like that, but I will always respect the wishes of other people or their beliefs. LFC Love, thank you, Craig. You're a Fukin Gent class channel. You'll never walk alone. Thank you, my man. John and Tom Verner out. Craig, Fabrizio Romano is pissing me off. Have you seen how much he's posting about Chelsea? Is he getting paid under the table by Bowley? Today he reported Chelsea's interest in Huijsen feels off. I'm saying nothing, mate. I'm saying nothing. I've learned how much people love to send legal letters and stuff in this industry. So I'm not going to make any accusations like that. But what I can say is I've long felt he has a gripe. And look, we know he's been at Chelsea games. We know there's clearly a soft spot there, and I can't speak to any of these things really with regards to definitive payments or whatever. But let me say this. What I get annoyed about in these situations is that it always looks like a player is being told what to do by the agent. And that winds me up because the agent represents the player. The agent works for the player. And the goal should be the best thing for the player's development and career and not just about who gives the agent the most money. So look, we'll see how it all pans out, but it's definitely not news to me, mate, that he's brown-nosing Chelsea. I think most people will probably say that's nothing new there from himself. Right, teams are in the tunnel, about to come out at the Emirates. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff. Not going to hold everyone to 1,000 likes on this before kickoff because it's not a Liverpool game, so not as important. But if you haven't subscribed, please do, and of course we'd love you to drop a like if you can. Ahmed said, I think Trent doesn't want to do what Klopp did last season, which is respectful. I think he'll announce joining Real Madrid as soon as we win the league. I think that's what a lot of people think, Ahmed. You know, I just want to know what's happening. Simple as that for me. After that, we you know, everybody can make up their own minds on it. But either way, let's win the league. Let's win the league, bro, and celebrate that one. And thank you for your support, my friend. Appreciate you. George said, Craig, I never thought I'd say this, but come on, Arsenal. I know it's a weird one, isn't it? It is. It was even weirder when we were cheering on Chelsea as well. Remember when they were playing City when we won the league? So it's a mad one. I'm not really expecting much from Palace tonight other than to be put to the sword there. But, it's a game of football, so we'll enjoy it. We'll have a chat while the game's on as well. Don't really mind an Arsenal loss, said Ebad, but would prefer to win it against Spurs at Anfield. I think I'm with you, my man. I'm with you on that one. Dave's going to watch the match. Enjoy, Dave. Have a good one. Eli, so whatever Trent does will take away attention from the league title, and for most fans, will have some resentment towards him. Again, it's an individual choice. I'm already annoyed by the way he's dealt with this situation, but look, me, you, and every other Liverpool fan can't really change the situation, unfortunately. Let's wait and see what happens. Let me just get... There we go. Stevie Boy. Looks like Chiesa could be on the move, and the Canada contract situation needs to be resolved either way. There was some talk of Antonio Conte wanting Chiesa, and then there was some other clubs in Italy. And look, Stevie Boy, I think we'll all agree at this point, it's very clear Arna doesn't want to utilise him. So sell him, has to be, and try and recoup as much as we can. I agree with you also, mate, 100% on the Ibu situation. We know that Canada has to be either given a new deal quickly or, moved on. We can't hesitate on it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are very close to this one kicking off, and I am going to fly through the teams again for you one more time. 1 second. Right, so for Palace, it's Henderson, Lerma, Lacroix, Gay, Munoz, Adam Wharton, Kamada, and Mitchell. Then it is Devaney and Eze behind Nketiah. Sorry, this graphic is very blurry. In goal for Arsenal, David Raya, then Yuri and Timber, William Saliba, Kiwior and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Midfield of Odegaard, Thomas Partey and Declan Rice. Then it's Raheem Sterling, Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli. Up top, so sit back, relax. I'll do my best to take you through the game as always. We'll have some fun chatting through. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and don't forget to drop a like. Almost 2,000 people in the chat, which, to be honest with you, is way more than I expected for tonight. I thought we'd be talking in the 400 or 500 range, so thank you to everyone joining us. I know it's an unusual stream to do a non-Liverpool game, but with the night that's in it, we got to cover our bases. Not a bad deal for Chiesa. Plays 1 season in England, adds a title to his CV and returns to Italy. Definitely. Right, we're about to get underway. Arsenal playing from left to right in their home strip, Palace, and we are underway in all yellow. Ball goes back to Dean Henderson, who launches it long up the pitch. Immediately, Arsenal hook it away. Oh, don't forget as well, Crystal Palace have a massive FA Cup semi-final coming up this weekend, so that's why you're not seeing the likes of Mateta and that in the starting lineup. Arsenal, of course, have a Champions League semi-final to look forward to against PSG. So both clubs kind of with eyes on the bigger picture here. Rice now in midfield to Partey. Looks like Arsenal could be looking to extend Thomas Partey at the club. I'll let you all have your say on that one. I'm not touching it with a barge pole. Again, I'm not commenting on it. But something's up when journalists who post about it are turning off the comments on their post. Chris Wilson said, "Hi Craig, live in Manchester but I'm an avid Liverpool supporter. Come on you Reds." Appreciate you, Chris, and living in Bandit country there, bro. See that, there's a few empty seats in the Emirates, but certainly way more respectable than the amount of seats that were at the Etihad last night. I still can't believe we could have lost 4 players for free at the end of this season, said Suleiman. 4. Oh, well, I guess if we include Nat Phillips, maybe, but it was just Salah, Virgil, Trent were the big 3, weren't they? Canade's got 1 more season. Robbo was 1 more season. Right, free kick, actually, to Arsenal, far side of the pitch. Cannot wait to be back with Adidas next season. Jonathan Verner out said, my guess is that Trent will clarify his situation post Spurs on Sunday. Also have a feeling we're selling Canada. Thoughts, Craig? Now, again, on this one, this is just gut feeling, but yes, I think we sell him as well. Again, I don't know that for a fact. I don't. But like yourself, my own gut feeling is that we sell him because I don't think they're going to reach an agreement. I think at this point he may want PSG, but again, it'd be lovely to get this one sorted out quickly. 1-0 Arsenal already. 1-0 Arsenal, and it took what? 3-4 minutes? Yeah, that went... but that didn't last long, did it? QER, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, is he off? Oh, no, I don't think he's off. I think it was the initial runner of the back post was off. I think QER is onside, yeah. What the state of that marking, by the way. I mean, it's a great header. I'll give him his credit. It's a great header, but nobody near him. No, look, nobody within 3 yards either side of him. He gets a free header and he buries it past Henderson, and it's 1-0. Sal said, Craig, thanks for making this a wonderful season. Your shiny head, a cute smile and passionate anger sometimes made this season more special. Love from California. Thank you, Sal. Appreciate you, my man. So yeah, there you go. It took a whole 3 minutes for Arsenal to go ahead. God, that must be lovely. Must be lovely starting and winning and scoring that early in the game. Wouldn't mind a bit of that on Sunday. Set piece FC, yep. And the marking was a disgrace from Crystal Palace. If you were a Palace fan, you'd be fuming about that one. Right, Palace have a free kick now, almost identical position to Arsenal, down in Arsenal's end. And look at the difference of marking here. Arsenal not holding a stupid line on the edge of their box. Cross comes in here. Oh, look, and an Arsenal player wins a header. Take note there, Crystal Palace. You are allowed to challenge. Corner now to Crystal Palace. The Arsenal were always slapping these, weren't they? Yes, they were. But, you know, we had to take the chance, as I said. If we didn't come on and a result happened and we'd won the league, I wouldn't be happy about it. An awful corner, cleared away at the near post. Palace tries second ball deep, flick back across, straight into the arms of David Raya. Now Arsenal on the counter already. Martinelli, left side. Gets to the byline and the ball rolls out of play. Goal kick. Yep, and either they have scored already. It's nuts, isn't it? Fidget said, what's up, Craig? Chelsea against Liverpool soon. Congrats on the league. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. We'll be looking forward to that guard of honour. But appreciate you, my man. Look, big thing for you lads now is to make sure, in your opinion, you get Champions League football, of course. For me, I hope you don't. Sorry, but, got to be honest. Right, so it's obviously going to have to be a 2-1 Palace comeback now, right? I often wonder right now what the players are doing. So we know that Liverpool players are together watching this game. I wonder what the reaction was when Arsenal went 1-0 up early doors. Palace again, trying crossfield passes, but it goes straight to Raheem Sterling. So what are we thinking about the Champions League spots and the race for Champions League places? Oh, Palace have been given the ball here in a decent position. They're trying their best to make a mess of it, though. Eddie Nketiah now. He goes back. Another cross played in. Eze tries a header, but it goes all the way across the far side. Oh. Corner. That was very close to being 1-1. There was a strike. It took a deflection off the underneath of an Arsenal player's leg, and it had the keeper beaten, but it goes the wrong side of the post for Crystal Palace and, of course, for us. But, yeah. Oof. Kamada came close. He's going across now to, I think, is they going short for the set piece? There's a corner to Crystal Palace here anyway. Michael, my pleasure, my man. My pleasure. Thank you for being with us. Right, Adam Wharton to take this corner. Swings it in. Oh, David Raya comes out no man's land. Palace win the header, but goes again wide. That's two good chances. Look at the state of Raya here. Look at him. Look at Raya. Just comes flying out. Superman. Nowhere near anyone. If Palace player had directed that goalwards, that would have been 1-1 because David Raya was in no man's land. Connor said to me earlier on, you're doing this watch along, guarantee they'll be losing after 5 minutes. And he was right. So, as I was saying, let me know your thoughts on the top 5 race. Who you think is going to get the remaining Champions League positions. With Manchester City's run in, I think they're going to get it. So for me, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say Forest will just about hang on and Newcastle will take the other one. So I think Chelsea, Villa miss out. And Villa should be like fuming after how late they conceded that goal. And also, can we please stop this nonsense? Anybody that tries to compare Emi Martinez to Alisson Becker, it's incredibly disrespectful. Emi Martinez isn't fit to lace Alisson Becker's boots or to stick his gloves on. Last night, again, awful goalkeeping for him for one of the goals, and he made a mess of many clearances. He's not in the same league as Alisson Becker. Right, so let's see how everyone's feeling. Chelsea have took fixtures. They're cooked at Eli Woods. Crosby Edmonds said Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Forest and Newcastle. Martinez is overhyped a bit, but he is very good. Raya is a high mediocre range. I honestly, look, I think Emi Martinez is decent, but I'm not going to go as far as to say he belongs in the bracket of Courtois, Alisson Becker. He just doesn't for me. Right, so I believe we've welcomed 3 new moderators to the moderator family as well. Mark just let me know that Mary, thank you Mary, LFC Love and Mahmood all now mods as well. So thank you guys for agreeing to help the lads out. Thank you for your support of the channel as well. And if you do have any questions or anything, Mark knows how to get me. So if you need any questions answered or anything about moderator rules or anything like that, just reach out, and thank you guys so much for your help. So what we do when we're picking new moderators is I leave it to the moderator team, because they're in the chat every night. They know you guys, and I let them decide amongst them who they think should be moderators and when we need new moderators as well. And I've seen the guys were chatting the other night, and again, they were names that were coming up in the chat, so thank you to everyone for their help. Right, Arsenal on the attack now. Trossard trying to play it out to Sterling. Ball breaks in midfield. Palace have it, but they've given it back because the Arsenal press wins it. Kyle Agger said Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle and Forest. 6th Villa, 7th Chelsea. Kev Parker said, I'm surprised he's gone with such a strong team when there's nothing really to play for in the league. If anyone gets injured, he's going to be so pissed off. I think he almost does it too much for me, mate. And I think, when we spoke this season about the amount of injuries that Arsenal have had, and they have had a lot, I think a lot of people need to look a little bit closer to home about why as well. With Arteta overplaying so many players or bringing them back early as well. So I agree. There's nothing for Arsenal in this game. Pretty much nothing. Muckrab said Emmy gets overhyped for that 1v1 World Cup final save, even if he agrees it was a normal save for a keeper. That and all the other stuff that he does, like, going over to the police with the Argentina fans when he felt like, they needed to be looked out for, which is kind of cool, in all honesty, see him sticking up for the Argentinian fans. But as a goalkeeper, I just don't think he's in that bracket, personally. Oh, ball over the top. Nketiah. What was he? Oh my. Look, Palace are doing their best not to score here. Nketiah was in one-on-one over the top, and he runs himself too wide, first and foremost. So look, in over the top, takes it. Why take the touch? There's a reason why this lad didn't stay at Arsenal, by the way. Gets himself into position, and he should have hit it first time. Should have hit it as soon as the ball bounced, and he had a far better angle. Instead, he lets it roll further across his body, tries to drag it across goal, and then make a complete mess of it. But they've created 2 or 3 decent chances here, Palace, in the opening, what have we got now, 13 and a half minutes. I don't know what the insults are about, mate. Sinister, no idea what that's in relation to. James said Palace rolling over. No, I wouldn't say they're rolling over at all. They've been wasteful, and the goal that Chelsea scored was just shocking. Arsenal scored was shocking defending from a set piece, and a very good header as well. Not take away from Kiwior, it was a very good header. Right, Palace going short with the goal kick. And win themselves a throw-in. Does Kelleher start for Villa? No. I would say Emi Martinez would start there ahead of Kelleher, to be fair. Like, Emi Martinez does have one thing over Kelleher, which is, and I know this is going to sound weird, but presence. It is important for me when you have that big, intimidating, tall goalkeeper. So yeah, if I'm being honest with you, I'd say Emi probably just about starts there. TOTT2KZ1 said, not going to lie, if we were out of the title race, I'd want to rest players. Palace did the right thing for them. Look, they both have bigger fish to fry here. Arsenal have themselves a 2-legged semi-final against PSG, and Palace have a semi-final of the FA Cup of the weekend. So this was always going to be a weird game or a weird team selection for both coaches. Who you got, Eubank or Ben? I always side with the bigger natural guy when there's a weight differential in that. So I'm going to say Chris Eubank, but I am absolutely... Do you know how much I want to see this fight? I originally had bought tickets for Cage Warriors. I didn't realise it was on the same day, so I sold those Cage Warriors tickets last night and booked the fight to watch Eubank Ben. And I think Eubank. But you never know. It's genuinely an intriguing one. He's definitely won the mind games, let me say that. Chris Eubank Jr. has been very, very, very clever in the way that he's conducted himself throughout this process. He certainly knows his opponent in that regard. knows what buttons to press. See, Chris Eubank Jr. would also be like my kryptonite because I can't keep composed. I'd be far more Conor Ben-esque in losing my temper and stuff. But yeah, the likes of a Chris Eubank would get under my skin and probably get me on tilt a little bit. Oh, Palace on the counter. Again, they're getting enough bodies forward here. Slowing down their attack though. Kamada. Are you watching it in person on pay-per-view? Oh, no, mate. No. Just on TV. On the old Sky box office. Ben said I used to live next door to Chris. Oh, nice. That's class, actually. Went well in. Mark A. Interested to see where he goes as well, by the way, in the summer. King Seven said, Allison versus Ray. I'm saying Allison. Of course it's Allison, bro. Ray's not even the best keeper in his own country. He doesn't even start for Spain. So hard to be making any arguments there. Alisson Becker, in my opinion, is the best keeper in the world, with Courtois second. And David Raya is nowhere near the top of that list for me. So yeah, how could you though? You know, you couldn't in any way say he's the best. He's not even the best in the Spanish team. You know, as is seen with the fact he's always on the bench. Is Chris Jr. like his dad then? He certainly has a lot of the mannerisms similar to Senior. Different in other ways, but both very intelligent. I've really grown to admire Chris Eubank Jr.'s mental warfare. I think it's on par. It's on point, to be honest. What club would you like to see Queeveen go to? Selfishly, probably somewhere like Celtic. You know, because then I wouldn't have to see him in the Prem. Where else would I like to see him go to? Newcastle, I think would be a great fit. You know, if I'm Newcastle, I'm all over trying to get Kelleher. So for me, I think Newcastle would be a great fit for Queeveen. I think they'd love him up there. I think he's better than what they have, and I think it will be a good deal all around. Leeds is an interesting shout as well. Leon, he's been linked with Leeds in the past, and we know Leeds are now promoted as well. And their goalkeeper is absolutely error strewn. Like, again, he'd walk straight into the starting position there. So all good shouts, you know. The Newcastle shout's a good one. Bournemouth before Kepa, but they've got him, or they're going to sign him. Then, as you mentioned, Leeds United, another one he's been linked with. He's been linked with Chelsea as well, by the way. And again, he's an upgrade on Sanchez. Mullcrab said, I have a crazy theory he eventually goes to Munich. I'd be extremely proud of him if he did. You know, Kelleher going playing at a club like Bayern Munich as well, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, there has been, since Brexit, there's been a big trend of young Irish players that used to go over to the likes of England and that now heading to, you know, Serie A lot of them, which is cool to see. Leon said, I'm Hull. I would have loved to go up and for us to sign him. Well, thank you for Andy Robertson. Let me just say that one again, my friend. And Leon, welcome into the channel, bro. Right, quarter of the way through this one, Arsenal still with the early 1-0 lead. If you can, please do hit that sub button for us, folks, and don't forget to drop a like on the stream as well. This weekend, massive weekend for us for obvious reasons. Sunday, what a day. Cannot wait. Already getting the butterflies. So excited. Arsenal on the attack. Rice, oh, edge of the box, drags it wide of the post. Thought it was in for a second. Thankfully, it wasn't. Palace still hanging on in with the 1-goal deficit, but good bit of play from Arsenal around the edge of the Palace box. Oh, Declan Rice was not far away with that one. Hits it very well. Thankfully, the other side of the post. Because that 2-0 would have been game, set, and match. Marcus. Biggest achievement, Slot winning the league or Arteta winning the Champions League? It's a difficult question to answer, and I'm going to explain why. Both are incredible things to achieve for slightly varying reasons. In Mikel Arteta and Arsenal's case, he'd be the first coach to win a European Cup at Arsenal, and that's a big thing, and that comes with its own unique pressures. Jurgen winning his first Prem title, Liverpool's 19th league title, was a huge thing, and you could see the release of relief. So it would be a massive achievement, but Arteta has been backed very well and has moulded the team and built towards it. Arne Slot came in with a team that wasn't his, a team that had fallen away at the end of last year and had found a way to be a little bit more consistent, which will get us over the line. So I guess it depends how you want to look at it. I think they're probably on a par with each other. And I'm not sure if that's my Liverpool bias shining through, but I wouldn't want to underplay what an achievement it would be if Arsenal won the Champions League. I've tried to be as fair about this as I can recently, and they will have won it the hard way. So, but yeah, two massive achievements. I'm, they're there or thereabouts. Palace turning over, winning the ball middle of the park. Eze now. Nope, he's gone back. Craig soon getting 1 million subscribers is bigger than both. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen, Mukrab. I've often flirted with how far I think we can grow as a channel, and in my mind, 1 million's never in my thinking, because I don't know if I'll be around long enough for that. 1 million, I mean. But you know what I don't get enough credit for? We've talked about everybody else. What I don't get enough credit for is me winning the Premier League in my first season. John W. Henry finally sees sense and goes, look, we can't get that bald Irish lad because, he's out of our league. But we can get the next best thing. So they scoured the managerial market for the baldest Anfield Agenda is looking manager they could find. Came across Arne Slot, brought him in, and you're welcome. It's no coincidence. You bald is better. You bring in the baldest. Look what happens. I should be on that bus with the lads celebrating. Again, then we could get a proper side-by-side comparison of Trent's six-pack and my keg side by side. We all seen Trent whipping off the top. We seen Mo whipping off the top. Me, Mo, Trent. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. She's level. Eberici Eze. Tis level. It's all aerodynamics. Exactly, Tim. You're getting it now, mate. You're getting it. And this one from a set piece. Corner comes in, edge of the box to Eze. Oh, take that. Floats it out, edge of the box. He catches it on the shopping trolley, bounces it into the ground, in off the post, and it's 1-1. The Techers there. That was... Oh, lads, that was a great goal. Corner routine where he floats it, Adam Wharton, to the edge of the box. Eze's there, volleys it down into the ground. One bounce, past the keeper, in off the post, and we're level at 1-1. Whew. Some strike, that. If you haven't seen the goal, lads, it was some strike from Eze. Andy said, Craig, talking of Eze, would you take him at Liverpool? Do you know, normally, Andy, I would have said no, right? But we know that that Harvey could move on. And if Harvey moves on and we need somebody to occupy that kind of territory behind or in wide positions, advanced midfielder in wider positions, yes, I would. He'd be up there, definitely, in the consideration of players we could bring in. Would he be my number one choice? Probably not number one, but yes, I would take him. I would definitely understand if Liverpool made a move there. It's 2 Eze. It's 2 Eze. King 7th. Love that, mate. Well played. Love a good pun. And a good bun, obviously. Lads, I don't want to make anybody else jealous, but I got a chocolate shipment today. I'm that emotional. I got 3 Dubai bars and a load of other sexy ass chocolate from an Irish company that I order from, and it arrived today. And I'm very much looking forward to tonight. Let's just say that, you know, consider it red panty night, but in chocolate form. Can I just leave this there for the whole stream, Adam? You know, no more super chats required. Just we're gonna stick this one up for oh, how did you miss? Fucking hee-haw action. How did he miss? What are you smiling for, Eddie? It's not funny, bro. It's not funny. I'd have scored that. Ball played in. All you have to do is turn around and fucking shoot. Good bit of defending as well, but could have been 2-1 Palace there. Anyway, we'll just leave that one up because when you're right, you're right. I often look around and I think to myself, you've got all these lads on there, you know, with their millions of subscribers and followers. And here's me, God's gift to comedy, God's gift to women, you know, God's gift to the lads. I'm one of them lads, you know, girls want to be with, lads want to be like. I've, you know, clearly got charisma, built like a fucking tank, hung like a dormouse. What isn't there to love? Nah, man, I'm only messing. Thank you. Appreciate you. I love having a bit of fun. I think it's an Irish thing, like I always said. We're very good at self-deprecation and not taking life too seriously. But, yeah. Good to see Eddie Nketiah summoning his inner Darwin Núñez there as well. So is it weird that as soon as that happened, right, when that happened there, immediately my mind went to, what's that lad that was at Man City? Or at Chelsea, the fucker that used to be at Man City that missed that sitter. Who was it? Who was it that missed the sitter that used to be at Man City and could have won us the league, but missed an absolute sitter? Who was it? Help me out in the chat. No, Aguero. No. There was somebody missed the sitter on the last day. Maybe it was Villa. Some fecker missed the sitter. No, not Raheem Sterling. Who the hell was it? Watsonator said, I miss Edie chocolates from Ireland. Been in England since 2006. Now I miss home. Well, if you need that and I want that and sent over from Ireland, bro, reach out to me. You know, we've done it a few times. People have sent me some stuff that I love from other parts of the world. Mr. Bransfield, if you are watching, by the way, I haven't forgotten about sending that little parcel over to Sweden for you. I just haven't had the post office run yet this week, but we'll sort that out if Teddy and your son are watching. Or Taddy, excuse me, and your son are watching. Do you think Arteta regrets selling Eddie Nketiah? You kind of probably have to at this point with the way the season's gone for them. But he isn't high enough quality, really, is he? Iheanacho, that was the one. Yes, Iheanacho for Leicester. That was it. Yes, sorry, it was Iheanacho. Thank you for correcting me, everybody. Yes, it was Iheanacho. I'll never, ever, 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 ever be convinced he did miss that on purpose. Never. That was, yes, it was Iheanacho. Was that the same game Vincent Company scored that worldie in? But yeah, it was Kylie Iheanacho. That was the guy I was thinking of. Thank you. Yeah, that's still, every time I see that happen, to this day, that still makes me want to punch the screen when I see it. What a goal that was from Vincent Company as well. You know, if you are going to lose a league and have your heart broken, you know, you don't want it to be a 2 yard scramble. Like, at least give him credit for the worldie of a strike. But, God, I'd love one of those moments for us as well. We had the Stevie G, you little beauty moment against Olympiacos. Joseph said, would you love us to sign Eze left wing and a central attacking midfielder? Left wing, left wing, left wing. Do you know what? I've kind of talked myself back into Anthony Gordon, Joseph. But look, these type of players that we're being linked with there that you've suggested, my man, all absolute quality. So, yeah. Oh, spot on, lads. AI works. So, you know, Drawdy, Ben, and I don't know if he's watching, but he sent me a picture. He said, AI, this is AI with you celebrating the title. And lads, remind me to show you at halftime. Because I don't know. No, it probably won't cover up the clock, will it? If I bring it up? I'll show you at halftime. But AI is getting so good, lads. It's spot on. I couldn't believe this when Ben sent it to me. 10 minutes and I'll bring it up and show you. I mean, fair play, Ben. I didn't realise quite how good AI had gotten. Do you know what I mean? That is scarily good. Adam said Eze or Rodgers. Oh, Rodgers. I'd say Rodgers. In the 10, Rodgers. He'd probably be my number one choice. I don't believe that link, but if Villa aren't getting Champions League football, maybe they may have to sell a player or two, and I'd be here for it. I would very much welcome Morgan Rodgers. Although, watch tomorrow morning now, as somebody in the chat said, and I don't want to rob your joke, but I'm about to. Watch Romano linking Eze and everyone to Chelsea tomorrow morning. It'll be all that. Oh yeah, Chelsea lead the race to sign Parisi Eze. Celtic or Chelsea lead the race to sign the Easter Bunny. Rodgers or Cherky? Rodgers. Definitely, like, he's my number one now in that advanced role and his versatility to play on either side as well. If we lost Elliott, and again, unfortunately, I think we may, I'd be all over Morgan Rodgers. And look, they'd make a healthy profit as well. They paid 8 million, rising to 15 million to Middlesbrough for him. I think he's 24 as well, if my memory's right, on Morgan Rodgers. He's been just so good this season. Every time I watch him, he's one of those players that seems to get out of situations he's not right to get out of when he's surrounded by players. Ryan Gravenberch is another player who has that ability. You see 3-4 players standing around him and you're thinking, well, there's no way he's getting out of that. Oh, there he goes. Bye. Emma. Thank you, Emma, for being with us as a member for 21 months. Appreciate you. First live stream I've managed to catch for a while. Hope you and the family are well. All good, thank you, Emma. All good. It was a difficult week, obviously, with all the horrendous scumbag trolling. But once we start getting to the bottom of that and we felt a bit more calmer about it, all good. Thank you, my friend. All good. Just loads of stuff to look forward to. My little baby girl turns 21 next month. Do you believe that? 21. And of course, where's she going to celebrate her 21st? To the great city of Liverpool, of course. Got her booked in for a couple of nights over there, herself and her fella, and they're, yeah, proud of her. 21 years of age. The time flies. And then, of course, my little man as well. Lucas turned 13 this year. Where do the years go? Right, another free kick here to Arsenal. Oh, and look, Palace still holding that high line that worked so well for them the last time. At least this time they've managed to clear out. Well done, boys. Well done. How long is it to travel from there to Liverpool? If we fly, 35 minutes on the plane. It takes me about just over an hour and 10 to drive to Dublin Airport. And then the flight's about 35 minutes. And then, sure, when you're in Liverpool, you're pretty much, 10-15 minutes away from wherever you want to be in Liverpool. So very little time. It's such a handy little flight as well. You're just up and down and you're there before you know it. Does my son support Liverpool? My son's not really interested in football other than one thing. He loves 4-4 tunes. So when I was on 4-4 tunes for a few occasions, and thank you, Ben, again for that. That made me a superhero to my son. So that's one of my proudest moments, that he seen Daddy and went, "Oh my God, my dad was on 4-4 tunes," which was amazing. But no, he's a gamer without a shadow of a doubt. Just a computer. He's going to be a Twitch streamer, I would imagine, in the future, because I can hear him upstairs practicing the patter when he's chatting with his mates and stuff when he's gaming. But yeah, he's big into his games. Wexford to Dublin in 1 hour. You must be rocking up the motorway. Honestly, Tanya, I can get from my house in Gorey to Dublin Airport in about 1 hour 10, depending on time of day. I live where I live, and I know this is like, Tanya, you'll understand how impressive this is. I can leave my house, Tanya, no mess, and the first traffic lights I will see from the second I leave my driveway are the ones at the airport at Dublin City Roundabout, at Dublin Airport Roundabout. Like, that is heaven. That's why I like where I live so much. No traffic lights between my house and the roundabout at Dublin Airport. That is class. But also, I've had my fair share of speeding fines along the way and points. Oh, lads, the missus. Oh, the missus, right? So, we got a brand new car. Our first one as a married couple. Brand new car. An expensive one. And she was gone up to Dublin yesterday because Lucas wanted to go up to Dundrum town centre to get a few bits. Oh, that just breaks my heart. She absolutely creased one of the new alloys. And they're not just normal alloys, they're diamond cut tinted alloys. And she took a big lump out of one of them. Oh, lads. I can't even go out and look at the car. I told her I don't want to see any pictures of it. Don't show it to me. Just book it in to get done, whatever needs to be done. So it's going in on Monday, but heartbreak. Right. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Mike said, "Sorry, Craig." Do you know what's even worse though, Mike? This is the part I haven't told you yet. We had it a week. And I scratched it in the car park. In a week. Uh-oh. 2-1 Arsenal. Trossard drags it into the corner and it's 2-1 Arsenal. Again, Palace just cannot defend. Shocking defending yet again. So, ball's played in, couple of touches, turns. Oh, they're so bad, lads. There's two defenders standing around him, Lacroix, and I don't know who the other lad is, and they still let him get a shot away, and he still buries it in the corner. Lads, this is shocking. It was Lerma and Lacroix, and somehow they let him turn and get a shot away. So, yep, Leandro Trossard makes it 2-1. Philly Red said, can't help wanting Liverpool win it this weekend. 100%, mate. I'm absolutely in agreement. You know, the only reason we're streaming tonight is a just in case situation, because I wouldn't want to not be live if something mad happened. Arsenal now with a corner as we move towards the end of the first half. If they get a draw, what will happen? That would mean, Michael, that we only need a draw, mate, at the weekend. We'd only need a point. What car is it? A Renault Rafale. A Renault Rafale. Well, it's a Renault Rafale Alpine spec. Corner. Swung deep. Again, headed back across. Go on, Eze. Clear your lines. Good man. I was giving it to Nketiah, so that's the end of this attack anyway. Yep. Oh, we fell over and managed to keep the ball. Wharton now breaks through a defensive line. He spreads it out left. Cross in. Nobody there. Ricochets back and he'll have another chance at it. Ball pulled back. Come on, lads. Shoot. Oh, blocked by Arsenal. So Palace are still attacking and in this. They're still creating chances. Right, we're about to find out what stoppage time we'll have at the end of the first half. Palace have had some chances. It hasn't been a one-sided game by any stretch. 2 minutes added on by the ref. 2 minutes. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. I know, Tanya, it's mad, isn't it? And both of them shoddy defending as well, Tanya. Paisley, Fagan, Klopp rank these from worst to best. One being the one that you want the most and the best of the three. I always say the same thing. I don't like speaking about people from eras I wasn't around in. But off the top of my head, Paisley, Klopp, Fagan. NWF said, do you go to the parade? Just booked my flight this week. You'll never walk alone from Switzerland. So, weirdly, I'm flying home to Dublin the morning of the parade because I'm back in Liverpool 2 days later. So, I'm in Liverpool for the show we're doing the last day of the season. And that'll be around a screening of the game and that as well. And then I'm back over in Liverpool Wednesday for the Anfield Agenda end of season party in Liverpool. So I'll be flying home the morning of the parade most likely and then back 2 days later. But if you are coming over, come and see us at one of our shows, my man. And again, thank you for the super chat and I hope you have a wonderful trip when you come across. Nick, I did not read your chat, Nick. No, bear with me, bro. I will get it for you now. Right, Nick said, hearing travel times outside the States make me realise how big my country is. Also, Spurs winning a European trophy before Arsenal would top it off. Well, yeah, the Europa League final, I think, is before the Champions League one, so it could happen, Nick. And yeah, America's huge, dude. Huge. Like, I can fly to Spain here from Ireland in, 2 hours, 30 minutes, stuff like that. Right, free kick to Palace here right at the end of the first half. And apologies, Nick, I missed out on that initially. Which has been cleared and the referee blows up for half-time. So at half-time, at the Emirates, it is Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 1. Right, I did say to you at half-time I'd show you how good AI had gotten. And again, like, it's just scary what these guys can do. So Ben said, Anfield Agenda, Premier League trophy, and you won't believe how good AI has become. I mean, look at that. It's like looking into a mirror, isn't it? Wow. Scary how good AI has gotten. Like, but you know, you got to give credit to the developers. They're good at what they do. They're good at what they do. Trophy's not, there's a bit of work to be done there in the trophy, fair enough, but they got me fairly spot on. Uncanny, isn't it? I'm in San Diego, and a flight to my capital city in the same state will be nearer 3 hours. Wow, that's nuts. That is actually nuts. Like, America and Canada scares me quite how big the countries are. Like, Craig is shredded. I was a bit bloated when that one, mate. I was a bit bloated, but this one can, yeah. You shouldn't, Craig. You said you couldn't grow a beard. I presume they think I've been to Turkey and got the turkey beard done. Which, to be fair, if I could afford it, I would. I'd love a beard, lads. I'm 43 and I can't grow a beard. How mad is that? I thought you had a nipple piercing, Craig. That's how I knew it was fake. No, you're thinking of the Prince Albert, Elmir. You're thinking of the Prince Albert, mate. It's like Big Ben. Bong. Bong. Oh, God. It's like Big Ben. Ding, 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 ding. You wouldn't even hear it be that small. Ashton said, good game. How are you today? When is the earliest we can win the league? The earliest we can win the league is tonight. Watching the streams from Peckham, London. Thank you, my man. Yeah, we could win the league tonight if Palace somehow turned the game around and won it. But anything other than a Palace win, and it will be Sunday. If we beat Spurs. If Arsenal come back and draw, if Palace come back and draw, then we just need to draw against Spurs. Dong. Oh, I need help. So again, somebody explains to me why we don't have 1 million subscribers yet. Come on, lads. Hit that subscribe button. Prince Albert sounds like the Liberty Bell. Yes, and just like the Liberty Bell, I'm broke. Craig, I got expelled from school in third form for my beard. I wish I could say same happened to me, John, but no. I was just saying, like, loads of lads in school start growing sideburns and all when they were like 14, 15, and I was just there going, yeah, they look great, lads. All short to do was getting the mascara out onto the little bum fluff to try and make it look better. Stephen said, do you see any of our players out on loan this season breaking into the first team next year? Kumas is possible. Um, Other than that, I'd love to sit here and say Ben Doak, but honestly, I feel like he gets sold, so he won't get the breakthrough. Um, but yeah, off the top of my head, Kumas is probably the closest. If you said Jaden Dans, I'd be kind of cheating a bit because that loan didn't happen really. And of course, Stefan Bajcetic, but I already consider him a first team player. It was just a matter of him getting minutes. So him coming back in would be, again, sensible. He's doing very well as well at Las Palmas. I'm more intrigued to find out what Arna's plans are for Stefan. Muckrab said, I'm 19 and can grow an alright beard. Yeah, it's shocking, my man. I reckon my son will grow a beard before me. Rio's not out on loan, George. So the question was players that were out on loan, and young Rio is at the club. Petter said, Craig, how's your house payment stuff worked out? It's still in the process of negotiation on what we believe is an error, like we said. So it'll be a bit more of a drawn out process, unfortunately. So not really any news either way at the minute, my man. Oh, that was close. Just seeing quite how close Arsenal's first goal was to being on or offside, but I still can't believe how much space QER has there. Like nobody within 3 yards of him either side. It's shocking. Right, ladies and gents, there will be a news video coming out this evening, by the way, and we're going to be taking you through some stories around the Dean Huyson situation, a little bit on Milos Kerkez, and I'm just checking through my notes here, a few other bits and pieces. We'll get that recorded and out at probably about 20 past 10, something like that. Do Ireland have the same Sky Sports as England? Yes, we do. Ads would differ, Petter, but we do, yes. Oh, Real Madrid have gone 1-0 up as well, Sinister said. Arthur Goulart with that one. Again, watching Arsenal's second goal here. Oh, the state of the defending from Lacroix and Lerma. It's awful. And it does take a deflection as well to help past the keeper. There's jammy. Can we take Alan Smith off you? No. To be fair, no. I'm very glad that I don't have to. There's two things I hate listening to commentary on: Sky Sports and TNT Football, and boxing commentary. Because boxing commentary is always incredibly biased, in my opinion, and I don't like watching fights with the commentary on. Archie said, "Hi Craig, from a Stoke fan. Kumas is doing well. Appreciate you, Archie, and thanks for looking after our boy." Oh, we're up to 775 likes, which is class. Thank you. Didn't expect that many. If we can get that to 1,000, would really help. So if you can, folks, do take a second, hit that like button. Appreciate you all. Guillermo said, I have a feeling this game is not finished and Eze will have something special. Yeah, I definitely feel there's more goals in the game. A draw may be possible. There's certainly been chances in it. Matthew said, PSG plus Jordan Brand now is Barca plus Kobe. Nike hates us. We got the short end of that. Nothing against LeBron, as a fella ratting, but the LeBron James Liverpool gear was all kinds of ass, in my opinion. It was horrible. And when you look at, as you said, PSG and the Jordan stuff, man, it's class. But hopefully the Adidas retro stuff will do us proud. Thoughts on Usyk Dubois too? An Usyk win again, Mike, is my thoughts on it. There was no drama in the first one. Like, I never understood that. It was a low blow. It was signalled as a low blow, and he had the time to take, and it was a low blow. So I never understood the nonsense around that, and I can't see anything other than the same again. But to be fair, Dubois, if he catches anybody, can do damage. He's a really, as we've seen with AJ, the man packs a powerful punch, and he's growing into the heavyweight division. Obviously, is a world champion now, but Usyk is just a different breed altogether. A fighter, like, just incredible. Dave said, if we win on Sunday, do we get a guard of honour for every remaining match? You know what? I don't know the answer to that, Dave, and I was thinking about that last night. Not sure if it's just the next match after, which would be Chelsea at the Bridge, I think. But it's a good question. I can't remember the answer to it, my man. I can't. Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but off the top of my head, I don't know the answer. Guillermo said, Craig, did you see that Adidas wrote googly eyes on Salah trend picture? Yeah, I'm very confused. Obviously, they're both Adidas athletes, so there is that. But any other emoji, and I wouldn't have felt hope. Probably is the right word, but that emoji, I'm ready. I'm feeling like I'm about to be hurt again as well. Like, but yeah, I did see it. Top 5 boxes in your opinion? No particular order. It's so hard, Mukrab, to go through a list. Like, it depends what you like, what era it was, what level the people around that era were. But boxers I always enjoyed watching were Joe Calzaghe, as I've mentioned many times. Always enjoyed Ricky Hatton's fights. Then you've got the whole Ben Collins Eubank era. I'm not old enough to remember, but I've seen the Haglers, the Hearns, and those kind of fights as well. Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar De La Hoya in his prime. Obviously, I think Floyd Mayweather is probably the greatest defensive boxer I've seen in my lifetime. Alexander Usyk, again, just an incredible, incredible athlete. Honestly, I wouldn't even know where to start because I like so many fighters for so many different reasons. Some of it being guts, some of it being personality, some of it being just ring craft and ability. So, really tough question. Liam said, hey Craig, United fan here, all respect, and right back to you, Liam. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. It's going to be interesting to see if one of the two English clubs do win the Europa League. I mean, it's season on the line for both of them. United need to win the Europa League to free up the money, obviously, to do some business in the summer. And Spurs need to do it because, well, it's Spurs and they haven't won anything in a very long time. Mad to hear, though, that even if Ange Postecoglou wins it, the thoughts are he still gets sacked. Sorry, Marcus, I'm going to back up. What would your perception be on Arsenal if we win against Spurs and Arsenal doesn't give us a guard of honour? What would my perception be? Again, I don't know what the protocol is. So if the protocol is, let's say, every game between when you win it at the end of the season and they didn't do it, do you know what? They would. So I'm just going to say that, Arsenal, are, in my opinion, are a classy club. We can talk about their fans, and some of them are a little bit off the charts. But as a club, I view them as a classy club, so I would fully expect that they would. So I wouldn't even expect that scenario comes to fruition, my man. Craig, you've said it before, but I forgot, why did you stop playing football? So when I got to 17 or so, like a lot of other young lads, I'm sure in the UK and certainly in Ireland, I started discovering drink. It was smoking at that point, as in cigarettes, girls, school distractions, family life distractions, just kind of fell away from the game. And I always intended, Mukrab, to go back and get my badges. And it's still something I may do in the future. But that's why. Yeah, just life distractions and chasing girls, and it's just, usual that stuff that happens as you're getting a bit older. But that was pretty much it, And also my team cycle came to an end, so I was lucky enough that most of my time playing football from 8 all the way through to 16, 17, I spent with the same group of lads. We were such a close group, won a lot of stuff together. There was one season that I left and then ended up coming back, but yeah, just that bond was broken up, and nothing was ever going to recreate that either. Thank you very much, my friend. Treeser78, appreciate you. Do you think we'll beat Arsenal on the 11th of May? Yeah, but it won't really matter either way. Like, put it this way: if we did lose to them, it's not gonna change anything for me because we would have already won the Premier League. So, but yeah, I think they may have other preoccupations if they're doing well in that Champions League. I can't remember what the semi-final legs are, but yeah, they should be preoccupied. So if you're Champions League there or big games coming up, you can't be risking players even at Liverpool when the league's already wrapped up. Joe said, do you see Slot experimenting more once we win? Either experimenting or putting players in the shop window is probably what I would expect there. One sec, we're about to get on the way here with the second half. Right, and we are off. Arsenal playing from right to left. Yeah, I would certainly expect to see some more changes and start to give players maybe an earlier rest. When's the broccoli shopping? It'll be ready for Sunday. It'll be ready for Sunday. Sorry, let me get the super chat up. It'll be ready for Sunday, as promised. Oh, God. Broccoli. The devil's food. Joseph said, hey, Craig, what team do you remember liking to watch? For example, my dad says the original dominant Juve team was something else. Look, the lazy answer is Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. Before that, what team did I really enjoy watching? That AC Milan side that we beat in 2005, my God, that was a collection of absolute superstars, and some of their football was great to watch as well. Probably think back to more though some of the Dutch teams playing in that era. Like one of my fondest memories is watching Marseille win the European Cup and Jean-Pierre Papin, one of my favourite players of all time. Just watching him and them come through and win that was nuts. I remember being on holiday in Spain when they did it, and I had a Marseille shirt with Papa on the back of it. Or if it wasn't even the name, maybe it might have just been his number, but I certainly remember I had the jersey. And it was a long sleeve one as well, which was weird, considering I'm not a fan of long sleeve shirts. Right, free kick here to Arsenal and a yellow card for, I think, Adam Wharton for dragging down Miles Lewis-Skelly. Muckrab said you can't eat it raw, though. Of course I can. I can do whatever I want, Muckrab. Let me just talk through this free kick, Matthew, and then I will grab your chat, my man. 1 second. Right, so again, Arsenal in the choo-choo-choo formation. They drop in, make a few blocks, and then Henderson comes, gets a fist on it, a couple of goal line clearances, and eventually it's, I don't know, he's stopping the game. I think there's Henderson's injured. Matthew said, Craig, are you a sneakerhead? Feels like I remember you talking about Jordans on the stream once. Do I have a favourite pair? Look, I love my trainers and sneakers, as you call them. And yes, I would consider myself somewhat, but I'm not at the level where I start looking for particular models of trainer or original Jordans, those old fashioned red, black, white. That's kind of me. Air Max, old fashioned. I've got a couple of Nike Tempo 90. I think they're 93s or 95s. I've got two pairs of them. So yeah, I do. Myself and my missus certainly would be fond of spending some money on some sneakers or trainers. Yeah, definitely. But you see, the difference with me and hers is she wants to wear hers. I like to look at mine in boxes. That's how weird I am. I'm one of these people that I like to try and have things pristine and not sullying them by putting my feet in them or stuff like that. Liverpool FC vlog said, "Hope you well, Craig. Be nice to win it tonight, but I prefer to win it in front of our own fans at home on Sunday. Up the Reds and have a pint. Much lovely. Thank you, gent. I'm with you. Same as you, Lee. I'd prefer to do it as well in front of the home fans on Sunday. Wouldn't mind a draw here now, in all honesty, making it very much easier for us on Sunday. But either way, I think most people agree with your sentiment, Lee. We've only 40 likes to go to get to 1,000, by the way. So thank you to everyone that did drop a like. What's this? So apparently it's not mandatory should we win tonight or the weekend, but every team could give us a guard of honour. So in theory, we could get a guard of honour. So let's wait and see. Well, look, we'll get one, but let's see if they all do it or not. Craig, could you please do a watch along of the FA Cup ties or the Champions League games? I'm probably going to just take those nights off, in all honesty, mate, because I think people are just going to be wrapped up in them. So there's no point in me doing late night agenda streams. And the only reason we're doing a non-Liverpool game tonight is because obviously it impacts us. Next season, like I've said on a few occasions, I'm working with a company on the prospect of me doing non-Liverpool content. But it won't be on YouTube. But I'm in discussions with a company for the last month or so about doing something that, let's just say Craig FC, something like that, as a channel name on another platform. So let's wait and see. Craig, if Liverpool told Trent to keep quiet, or was it his decision? I believe it's his decision, Jason. I believe it's up to him. Right, so Florian Plettenberg, project and figures have been presented to Huijsen. At Liverpool, there are plans to either loan or sell Jarell Kwanzaa, with Huijsen potentially taking over that squad role. See, did I or did I not mention about Kwanzaa before any journalist? Lads, come on, I don't get credit on these things, but did I or did I not mention the people about Kwanzaa and Arne Slot not really fancying him and not being so sure? And I mentioned weeks and weeks ago that there could be a world where he moves on this summer. So yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that from Plettenberg, because it again tallies with some things I've seen and heard. One second. Wonder what the betting odds are on Trent to stay. No idea. Look, I'm not getting myself to the point where I'm even considering that that's happening yet, because I don't want to feel more anger. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. Right, so Plettenberg said, Liverpool have once again made a strong push for Dean Huijsen in recent days. Projects and figures have all been presented at Liverpool. There are plans to either loan or sell Jarell Kwanzaa, with Huijsen potentially taking over that role. Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Real Madrid, or several other clubs are actively involved in the race for the 20-year-old centre-back. His release clause stands at £50 million. The player has not made a decision, partly because some interested clubs, the key dominoes, are yet to fall. Good, good. So there you go. More people should be tuning into Anfield Agenda to know what's up. Because there's I'm always honest. If I don't know something about a subject or I've heard nothing, I'll always say I know nothing. But when I hear stuff, and especially if I hear it from multiple people whose opinions I trust, then I bring it to you guys and discuss it. What's this? Aston Villa have held internal discussions, according to Melissa Reddy, over a move for Kevin De Bruyne. That would be a very interesting one. Aston Villa have had discussions around a potential move for Kevin De Bruyne. Very interesting. That would be some get for them for a year or two if they could get him. Craig, I don't believe I've told you about my dream. My dream is that one day I'll have a chicken shawarma spinning machine, the smell waking me up every morning. Nice. Nice. Um, I have a much simpler dream, mate. My dream in life is to one day just have a stage where every day I get to put on a brand new pair of boxer shorts and a brand new pair of socks, wear them once and throw them away. That's some weird little thing I've always wanted since I was a kid. There's nothing better than fresh underwear and fresh socks, so that's the dream. New socks, new underwear every day, and then just chuck them away at the end of the day. Right, still 2-1 in this one. We're 10 minutes into the second half. Are Liverpool still interested in Martin Zubimendi? I know nothing about it, Carl. I think it's a done deal. He goes to Arsenal, unless, of course, Real Madrid, change their stance and maybe Alonso decides if he goes there he wants him. But as far as I'm aware, if he comes to the Prem, it'll be Arsenal. The Liverpool prophet said, Craig, can't lie, since Arsenal beat Madrid, I think they've got something about them now. Look, it was a huge win and a very comprehensive win. 5-1 over 2 legs is no fluke. So, you would imagine that would put a bit of swagger in your play. If they get past PSG as well, you've got to just say, nobody's handed them that route through. If you beat Real Madrid over 2 legs, beat PSG over 2 legs, and then go and win a final, you've earned that right. So I will credit Arsenal if they lift the European Cup. It'll kill me seeing Lego Head do it, but, credit where it's due. Our side, and I said this when the draw was made, the half that we were on, Villa were on, Arsenal were on, far more difficult pathway through. Isak or Alvarez? 100% Alvarez. And actually, there's some stories that he's unhappy already at Atleti. I think this is the first season in his professional career he's not going to win some trophy or silverware, which he could have, by the way, if he had have come to Liverpool. But look, Julian Alvarez would be my number one striking target, bar none. Oh, Raya coming out flapping there, just about gets a hand on it. Just find that house overlooking the Mediterranean Sea in Spain for the dream. I hate beaches, mate, and seaside. I hate it. I know that's weird, but I've had this dream to live on a lake in my life. I love water. I love the calming presence of water. I love the idea of having a boat or a jet ski or whatever, but I don't like the sea. I don't like beaches. I hate sand. So again, it's one of those, I guess, autism things. I don't like the texture of sand between my toes and all. No, but I've loved the idea of living on a lake with a little dock, so I can just sit out and look at the lake and water all day and chill. Who do you think would be a perfect Salah successor for the future? I'm hoping young Rio is going to be that successor, and with Mo signing a new deal, it gives us a little bit more time to see young Rio's progression come to Lucerne. Mate, I will go anywhere. You know, I love traveling, like I've said. Um, but yeah, I love water. It's a calming presence, and I could happily just sit with on the dock for hours on my own, just thinking. Isn't Rio right-footed? Yes, but again, I keep saying there's no law that you have to have an inverted winger in football all the time. It's a trend now, but I mean the best example I can give was Sadio Mane was a right winger until he wasn't, until Salah arrived and he became a left winger. So nothing is set in stone. Do you rate Palace's manager? Well, he's certainly done a really good job, Oliver Glasner, when he went in there. Um, Now he does have good players at his disposal as well, but yes, I didn't know much about him before he became the Crystal Palace manager, but certainly impressive. Semi-final of the FA Cup as well. Was Mane a better pure footballer than Salah? Mm, difficult one. If you take out the goal scoring and stuff, no, I'm gonna still stay with Salah. But I loved Mane. See, the thing is, Salah, as he's gotten older, I've really enjoyed his vision for a pass and his assists and just other aspects of his game. But look, again, the fact that we got to enjoy both of those gents at Liverpool Football Club was, and Bobby as well. I mean, wow. I don't think I've ever loved the forward line more as a whole unit. Just Bobby Firmino, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, it's just different gravy. Why did Mane leave when he did? Look, there's a whole load of stories around that. Some think it's to do with money, some think it's to do with a breakdown in relationship with himself and Salah. Some felt like he was feeling second fiddle to Salah the way the club were prioritising Mo. And look, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I'm just grateful that we had them both at the club because it was incredible. It was incredible. They were, Mo still is amazing, but Sadia was absolutely lovable and brilliant. Right, we are still at the 62, heading for 63 minutes, still just a one goal in it. Oh, Ian Rush on his own, Colin, absolutely outstanding. But I was just saying that unit of three of Salah, Mane, Firmino, just exceptional. I often wonder how much Ian Rush would be valued at. Like if he was 27 now, what Ian Rush's value would be. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say £150 million. I really don't. I think he'd be worth every penny of that and probably more. I miss his and Mo's brotherly relationship. I can't believe people tried to push the narrative that they didn't like each other. I think even Firmino mentioned in his book, though, mate, that he had to be peacemaker on occasion. Mary said we had some great times with those. Philip said Barnes, Aldo, Beardo, Dynamite. Yep, love all three of those gents as well. John Aldridge is my, and I've said this for years, dream interview for the channel. I would very, very much love to sit down with John Aldridge for a chat for 30 minutes. He's the one player I've always wanted to have a chat with, past or present. I love Aldo. I love his honesty. I love his emotion. I relate to John Aldridge a lot, and I would love, love, love. I'd fly to Spain, to his home over there, to record with him. It's my ambition before I stop. Oh, lads, it should have been 2-2. Diving header for Palace from 6 yards out, and he makes a mess of it, and Ray tips it over. I should have been 2-2. Yeah, but that's my ambition, is to interview John Aldridge. So if anybody knows or has a contact to Aldo or could make it happen, I will fly to Spain, England, anywhere to sit down for a chat with John. It'd be a dream. Like, never mind your Stevie G's ratting. For me, Aldo, he's the one I've always wanted to chat with. Oh, another save from Ray. Palace header saved at the near post. Palace are pushing here to try and find an equaliser. Why do you think the 22-23 season went as wrong as it did? Good question. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm trying to think back through, and like I have a memory like a goldfish at the best of times. Don't know whether it was just fatigue, breakdown of relationships. I've no idea. Palace still pushing forward here. Another cross in edge of the box. Another horrendous touch there from Nketiah, I think it was. Palace have it back again. Ball dinked to the far post. Tries a scissors kick, swing and a miss. Still Palace on the attack. And they have another corner. They're really pushing here, Crystal Palace. Give them credit. Matthew said, agreed on Mane, but he became world-class at left wing. Rio seems to be more of a natural left wing, was all I meant. It'd be good to have a left-footed option. Oh, I'm just so excited, Matthew, at the prospect of young Rio, because he looks legit. And it's fair points that you've made, my man, fair points. But, I was trying to, I guess, show some optimism for young Rio's future there. Another deep corner. Oh, lads, how's that not gone in? It's gone for a goal kick. Honestly, I do not. Arsenal's goal is living a charmed life at the minute. How is that not 2-2? So it's a deep swinging corner, headed back across. And Raya again, look, he's flapping at nothing here. Right, what do we got? Craig, a front line of Anthony Gordon, Julian Alvarez, and Mohamed Salah will be deadly. Gordon's speed, Alvarez intelligence, and Salah's magic left foot. Thoughts? Yes, please. Yes, please. That would be incredible. Johnny Sins, the real Johnny Sins, said, pray to God Forest knock out City in the Cup. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love it, mate. Yes, I would. Don't want them rescuing their season in any way. Do you know what I'd love even more, though? For the verdict of their trial or their hearing to finally come out, because my God, it's been too long. I've seen Arsenal fans say Ray is better than Alisson. Look, I've seen them same people try to say Saka is better than Salah. It's like it's the only way they can make themselves feel better. my argument back, and they can't do anything about this, is how can you make that argument when he's not even a starting keeper in his own national team? That's the one for me that Arsenal fans just can't push back from. So close that. How have they not got the equaliser? JT said, if Kelleher went to Newcastle, do you think it would make Isak more likely? No. I think Gordon is the one Newcastle are willing to get to sell. They've got some PSR stuff that may or may not cause them some headaches. And I think if they're looking to free up cash because Harvey Barnes has progressed, I think Gordon is the one, even though we signed a new deal this year, that they'd be likely to part with. Craig, if Arsenal win, does that mean we need to beat Spurs? Yes, it does. Right, Arsenal on the attack of Miles Lewis-Skelly. Oh, ball played back and Odegaard hits it off his own player, who was surely in a fucking offside position, linesman. No. Like, how is he playing on here? Odegaard hit a shot. Rice was in an offside position and they're still allowing play to go on. And then the ball goes out of play and is put in the net, and eventually a flag goes up. Bit late there, Lino. Bit late. So that isn't the one where he's offside, surely. For me, the offside comes before. And what is Dean Henderson at as well? So I don't think Arsenal are offside in the first phase of this. It's the phase before it, I think, should be looked at. The one where Odegaard hits a shot and Rice is in an offside position and it hits off him. This has gone to VAR, but again, for me, that should go back to Odegaard's shot. The offside that the linesman gave initially, if it's the one ball played through to Martinelli, he's not offside. But it's the phase before that for me that needs to be looked at. Still looking at it. My God, still looking at it, lads. And I don't want to look at the back of Gabriel Martinelli, cameraman. So no goal. Eventually, they think the ball went out of play, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it went out of play. Lines went the flag up. But again, for me, there's the phase before that where Odegaard hits a shot and Declan Rice is about 4 yards offside. That's the one that I think they should have went back to. Liz, lots of love, my friend. We'll see you soon. So anyway, still 2-1. Hey Craig, I hope FSU don't get cheap again. this transfer window. I think it's the only button that John has is the cheat button, but we'll wait and see. Mateta is getting stripped off here to try and come on and get an equaliser for Palace. We've got just over 14 minutes plus stoppage time to go. And by the way, we're only 3 subscribers away from the next 100. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Really appreciate it. And remember, Liverpool fans that are watching, there'll be a news video coming out straight after this game as well. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm going to record it and put it out straight away. Talking about Hoyson, talking about the Kevin De Bruyne stuff, talking about, what else have we got in the notes here for tonight? A little bit on Kirkes as well. Certainly been a far more difficult 90 minutes than I expected. For Arsenal, I thought they'd win this 3-0. Peter said, not sure if you want to do this more often, but I really enjoyed the watch along between two clubs like Liverpool. As I mentioned, mate, I am in conversation with a platform that want me to come on to it. We're thinking of doing it for non-Liverpool stuff. So it's to do with how much time they need from me and if it can fit into the schedule. But we've been talking to them for about a month now. And that is a plan, hopefully, for next season, is that I can squeeze in a few streams a week anyway of non-Liverpool stuff. But I do think it's best to keep it away from YouTube. Oh, go cross. Nope, too easy for Raya. Craig, what's this? First time we spoke, but love you and your channel. Watch you all the time. Please say hi to my wife, Mary. Stephen, of course. Mary, Briscoe, how are we? And Stephen, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Means a lot. Genuinely don't know why so many people tune in and watch the channel and all, but I honestly appreciate it so much. So thank you. Oh, and on Cork, people kept asking me about another show in Ireland. So I'm narrowing it down to Galway or Cork for the next Irish Anfield Agenda show. So it's going to come down to whoever can find me the best venue to do a show in Cork or in Galway. So if anybody's living in that neck of the woods or knows a venue, we're looking maybe 200 seats, 250, something like that, then let us know, because we plan on getting one booked in. We've done Dublin, we've done Belfast. Really enjoyed both cities, of course, and meeting people. We've got 2 shows in Liverpool next month, but I have a space in September for an international show. If anybody has suggestions there, Spain, anywhere, Norway, anywhere like that, would love to do that in September. And yeah, Galway or Cork, over to you guys. Show me the best venue. The Liverpool Prophet said, for me, Craig, I'm somebody who doesn't have a lot of friends. But on this channel, I feel like I do and have a family, bro. Well, that is what I hope for, my friend. Look, I'm an inverted person as well. I'm more a recluse than anything. I don't really go out and about much. Mainly anxiety issues and stuff like that. But this channel and you guys in our community means the absolute world to me. I'm also so excited about the 2 shows in Liverpool. I'm hoping I have my full-size Premier League trophy arrive in the next day or 2, all going to plan. It's I checked in with which company was it that's doing it? That's doing the deliveries? Not DHL. It's one of the big delivery companies. I can't remember which one. And it's supposed to be here tomorrow, but I'm not keeping my fingers crossed. I can't wait. We've got 10 mini Premier League trophies we're giving away at our live shows as well, 5 each night. We're going to be asking people to show us their best trophy lift. So if you're coming, be prepared to jump up on stage and show me your best trophy lift. UPS, that's the one, David. Yes, it is UPS. Thank you. Benjamin said, what's your opinion on Crystal Palace as a club? Do you know what? I don't know too much about them as a club, other than they've got a very vociferous vocal musical support. I've known a few Palace fans over the years, and they've always been nice people, but I can't say I really paid much attention to the history of Crystal Palace. I mean, somebody definitely needs to explain the Brighton Crystal Palace derby to me. Oh, what a save from Henderson. Point blank. How did he touch that over? Fully sure that was going to be 3-1 Arsenal and game over, but somehow Dean Henderson gets a left hand on this and makes an incredible save. Unbelievable. Saka it was as well. So Saka hits a side foot volley. What a reaction save from Dean Henderson. Cypress Avenue in Cork, you'd be welcome. I believe there's I think the Redmen TV lads are at Cypress Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. I noticed they're in Dublin tonight, I think. And I think they have a show in Cypress Avenue in Cork as well. Paul, please do email me that if you don't mind. The venue name or a link or whatever, because I'll forget it. And especially if you're part of a supporters club right down there, man, I'd love to come down to Cork and say hello. And I think if my memory's right on that venue, I think it's been extended. I think it used to be about 250, and I think it can hold up to 500 or something now, or maybe I'm wrong on that one, but appreciate you, Paul, anyway, and certainly Galway, Cork, it'd be an absolute pleasure to come down and say hello. Last time I was in Cork, I was interviewing Gary Spike O'Sullivan, actually. We went down to Spike's house. What a man, by the way. What a legend. What a moustache. If you don't even know who Gary Spike O'Sullivan is, all you need to know is the man has the best moustache ever. Google it. If you don't know who he is, just Google Gary Spike O'Sullivan and you can thank me later. The only downside about Spike is he's a United fan, but, you know, fought Chris Eubank Jr. and just an incredibly, incredibly nice fella. And welcomed me and Connor into his family home. Told us about his journey and even let us hold some of his belts. Just an absolute gent of a man. Brighton Crystal Palace both on the A23. Always a bit of a rivalry in Brighton. Ah, okay, that makes a bit more sense, Phil. Thank you. The M23 derby is used to describe the fixture due to the motorway being a major road connecting London and Brighton. That's nuts. I remember the first time I'd heard that was a bit of a derby, I was so confused. Benjamin, thank you, mate, for the love. Appreciate you. So what's your opinion on Zaha? Incredible player. Absolutely incredible. But just spent more time on the ground than standing upright. But really, really good talent. Why isn't Northern Ireland part of Ireland? So, 2-2. 2-2. Mateta. Mateta makes it 2-2. Desmond. And by the way, the real Johnny Sins, I'm not touching that question, bro. That question cannot only land me in hot water. But it's to do with England occupying the country, and then again, don't want to open up that can of worms. Wow, Mateta. Let's have a look. I only glanced up to see the celebration. I was looking at the chat, so I haven't even seen the goal. Raya passes it out to Saliba. The Arsenal playing it back and forth amongst themselves. Saliba then passes it to Mateta, who lifts it over Raya into an open goal. There you go. Again, don't ever tell me about Saliba and Van Dijk comparisons. Arsenal trying our best to gift us it. And what a strike from Mateta as well, by the way. Kisses the underside of the crossbar. So there we go. Jean-Philippe Mateta with a beautiful little finish, little dink, a little bit of backspin on it, kisses the underneath of the crossbar and into the goal. And it is 2-2 with 6.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Paul said, Spike's my buddy, Craig. Do you know what? My wife met him at my wife was, one of the lads in her gym was fighting up the National Stadium last weekend. And my wife went up and she actually bumped into Spike. And she got a photo and had a chat with him. And yeah, just an absolute gem. My email is contact@AnfieldAgenda.com. Paul, contact@AnfieldAgenda.com. And I will certainly look out for your email. That's nice. He's a gent of a man, I have to say. Couldn't say enough good things about Spike. And Niall Kennedy as well, a good friend of Spike's, another professional boxer who lives here and fights here in Gorey, from Gorey, excuse me. That's mad. Can't believe you're Spike's buddy. That's nuts. Absolute gent of a man. If Arsenal draw today, do we win the league? No. It means we just need a draw on Sunday. Yeah, and it takes a Palace win for us to win it today. But I tell you what, I'd happily have a draw because that means we only need that on Sunday. So any result other than Arsenal win, and I'm happy today. Interesting one. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. 'Tis Desmond. LFC love, how are you, my man? Free kick, Crystal Palace. Did it arrive today, Craigo? I don't know what it is. Troy King. So I don't know what it is, but Martin Odegaard being replaced now. Much love, as always, Mr. Real Johnny Sins. Much love. If Palace go 3-2 up, do we win? Yes. If Palace won the game, we win the league. If Palace draw the game, all we need to draw on Sunday. If Palace lose the game, we need to beat Spurs for it to be done on Sunday, I mean. Oh, bit of a sliced clearance here from Arsenal. What is going on here, Sky? Get out of it. Free kick, Arsenal, inside their own half. Woo, lads, and hearts in the mouth stuff. This is such a strange situation. I don't know how to feel right now. It's weird. I really just don't know how to feel. I know I still want us to win it on Sunday. I do. I can't get away from that. I want it to be done at Anfield, so I'd happily have this draw. Hey, buddy, how are you? Lovely to see you as always, Ace and Tino. It's been a minute yet, but always lovely to see you, my friend. Suleiman said, hey, Craig, it's been a while. Apologies. Apprenticeship has been busy. Hope the family are well up the Reds. Never apologise, Suleiman. Life always comes first, my friend. I'm proud of you doing your apprenticeship. I hope it's going well. But lovely to see you again, Suleiman. What? Just out of curiosity as well, what apprenticeship are you doing? Hope it's going well for you. Carl Coates said, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm playing with my inhaler. I have like my inhaler here, so I'm just kind of playing with that in my hands a bit. Adam Brown singing, Palace fans singing second again. Ole, ole. Love it. Chad the lad celebrating right now. I don't know how to feel. Honestly, I just don't know how to feel right now. Palace have had more shots in this game as well, with 14 to Arsenal's 11. Arsenal have had 2/3 of the possession. Right, Arsenal on the attack. 45 seconds of regular time before we get to stoppage time. See Hex. Oh, hang on. See, Hex is just right here, isn't he? You can't argue with logic. You bring in a Craig lookalike, wins the league for a season. Do you know? Go on, Dean Henderson, good man. Can we have an AI broccoli song? No. Or sorry, to quote Linda McMahon, no, you can't have an A1 song. Sorry, maybe only a very subset of people understand that joke, but 8 minutes, by the way, added on at the Emirates, which is understandable considering the big dirty long goal check. Do I get my tattoos touched up? No, I think it's just the camera and the lighting, mate. They have stood well over the test of time, though, but no, I don't get them touched up. It's just the contrast of the lighting. Anything black really stands out, so they're not as dark as they appear on the camera. Don Prey said, Craig, what a season. Absolutely can't wait for Sunday. Oh! They nearly made it 3-2. Palace, I mean. Oh, lads, me heart. Sorry, go back to your comment, Mama. What a season. Absolutely can't wait for Sunday. Seriously, what an amazing season by Arne Slot. Exactly. My goal was to beat 83 points. Oh, now it's Arsenal's turn to attack. Martinelli remembers he can't shoot and puts it into the side net. And well, it was a great throw-in, actually, from Arsenal. Throw-in halfway inside their own half. Martinelli was in yards of space. Obviously can't be offside from a throw. Very clever, that. Better have that lucky hoodie on Sunday. I just need to make sure that it won't affect the nipple clamps. I'm writing my bachelor's thesis in social work about how to speak with children who lost a parent to suicide. Very inspirational. That sounds very deep as well, my man, Marcus, but proud of you. Very good subject to pick for your thesis. Well done. Oh, 6 minutes to stoppage time to go. Welcome into everybody in the chat, by the way. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you can. You are watching one of the homes of the league champions. Got my little mini one ready. Big one on the way, which we'll be hopefully celebrating with in Liverpool. When are you wanting to have the live in Ireland? I'm really open to any time in Ireland, to be honest, because I don't have to worry about flights or any of that stuff. So anytime, you know, whatever date sits in well, whether it's over the summertime. Be great to do some over the summer, like I've loads of free time in the summer. So maybe if we can get something in the books for June or July, maybe even August, just before the season starts. We usually like to do a show or two pre-season as well, just to get everyone's thoughts on the season ahead. But I do want to remind people about the tickets to our live shows in Liverpool. If you are in that neck of the woods, for the last day of the season, we're at the Hot Water Comedy Club where they're giving away 500 free pints of Madry to the first 500 people through the doors. They're opening up at 11 a.m. They're going to be screening the game. We're going to be having some fun events throughout the day. And then I'll be on stage at 7:30 for our live show. Or you can come and see us on Wednesday, same venue, Hot Water Comedy Club, Blackstock Market, Liverpool. Myself, Connor, Chris, Steve and Jack, all together for one night only. We should have a musical act on both nights as well, playing you through all the Liverpool hits, and tickets are priced at just £20, which I believe are the cheapest tickets of anybody in the Liverpool or in the fan forum circle for events, because we want to try and make them as affordable as possible for everyone. So you can get your tickets with a link in the description of the stream. I think it's pinned to the top of the chat as well. And yeah, can't wait. Hope to see you guys there. Gonna celebrate like, well, a lot, let's say. You might even see me drunk at one point. My mate said 8 minutes. Where'd that come from? There was a goal, Jimbo. There was a goal that was checked and chalked off that took a good few minutes. Craig, is it true that YouTube takes 70% of the membership revenue? No, that's not true. So membership revenue, I think, is 35%. But let's say somebody sends a super chat, and that super chat, like this one as an example. So I can tell you that super chat was sent from an Apple device. And that means that Apple take 30%, YouTube take 35%. So we'd get about 35% of that. And obviously then there's tax and stuff on top of that as well at our end. But if you ever see a super chat that ends on a 0.99, I know it comes from an Apple device. And Apple, when they process a payment, take 30% on top of YouTube's. So yeah, that's the easiest way to explain it. If you do it on a PC or anything like that, then we'd get about 70%, 65 to 70%. And YouTube then, and look, I've no problem with YouTube taking a cut. They give you the platform. It's the Apple cut that winds me up. So let's say somebody sent you a £10 super chat or a £9.99 super chat. We'd see about £3.50 of that maybe. Whereas if somebody sent it and it was an even 10 from a non-Apple device, we'd get about £6.57 of it. Not just us, I mean, that's any YouTuber, I should say, sorry. $6,000 people with us in the chat at the minute. Thank you all so much for being here. If you can do me a little favour and hit that subscribe button, you will be making a bald man very happy. We are 90 seconds away from this one being over, and meaning Liverpool would just need a draw. But even then, technically, it's a goal difference thing at the minute. We're inching closer. We're inching closer. Can't believe we've over 6,000 people in the chat now. Wow. Awesome, you guys. Thank you for joining in. Right, we have just over 1 minute of the stoppage time that was added on by the ref. He added on 8 minutes of stoppage time. Arsenal are on the attack at the minute. It's gone out for a throw-in. So close. You got the broccoli ready. I don't actually know if it's in the house yet, but it will be ready for Sunday. Don't worry. Ugh. I've got You'll Never Walk Alone going through my brain. Just playing in the background of my mind as I'm watching the game here. Feeling quite emotional, even though we're not going to win the league tonight. Right, we've Had the 8 minutes now, pretty much. Ball's in Dean Henderson's hands. It's over. The ref blows up. It is all over. 2-2. Liverpool need but a point against Spurs on Sunday to be officially Premier League champions. But that result pretty much does it. The goal difference swing means Arsenal would have to overturn 10 and we'd have to lose every game and they'd win it. It is pretty much the league title won, but we have to wait officially till Sunday, which is right. But the pressure is off again, even more so now for Arne Slot and the lads. They know a point against Ange Postecoglou's side this weekend would see us and will see us crowned Premier League champions for the second time, league title champions for the 20th time, and just putting an emphasis on Liverpool being the most successful club in English football history. Jean-Philippe Mateta with the equaliser. Oh, lads, one more point. Just one little point, and it's done. What a night. Wow, 1 point. 1 point we get to celebrate on Sunday together. What a day that's going to be. So happy. 20 times, ladies and gents. Come on. Oh, Slot. La 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 la. Oh, Slot. La 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 la. Wow. Yes, folks. I'm buzzing. Honestly, I'm so happy. Oh, lads. And again, look, just before you head off, lads, with the 6,000 people in the chat, don't go anywhere for 1 second. I want to show you once again how good and scary AI is becoming. So one of my friends earlier on put Craig Houlden lifting Premier League trophy into AI, and I'm genuinely scared of how good it's gotten. Watch this. You think you're looking in a mirror. I mean, wow. So what I mean? I don't see any difference. Little problem with the Premier League trophy and the writing on it, but apart from that, it's scary how good AI is getting, isn't it? Like, absolutely scary. Dingo said Arsenal might not finish second. But that's their favourite position, second. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go and record a news video with some positive updates. We're going to be talking about the future of Dean Huijsen. We're going to be speaking about Kirkes. We're going to be speaking about Jarell Quansah, and regular viewers of the channel will know I told you expect Quansah to move maybe. We're going to talk a little bit about that one. Yeah, terrifying, said Philly Reds, how good it's getting. Got to love AI, said Lance Anderson. The tattoos are different. You'll never be 100% perfect, Muckrab. I know we're nitpicking here, bro. Little bit of writing on the trophy not right. Tattoos not quite looking as good as they should. But other than that, they probably done me a bit dirty there. A little bit fatter than I probably am in that image. But we'll let it go. It's still learning. Ladies and gentlemen, I will go record this news video and we will chat soon. Tomorrow, late night agenda. We're going to start the party. We're going to move towards Sunday when, of course, Liverpool should be crowned Premier League champions. Arne Slot about to do it in his first season. Appreciate you guys dropping in. Do drop a like for me before you head off. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do that as well. One more point. Just one little more point to go. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Love you guys to bits and thank you for dropping in.